The market consensus has been right over the last 12 months. You've made money. You've made so much more money if you've gone into Europe and Japan unhedged. So it's unsurprising that US investors are continuing this story.
Right. So I really like looking at it through the lens of these ETFs because they have grown very popular, especially pre-2016. You had this huge rush to their wisdom tree hedged ETFs. One is for Japan, one is for Europe. But the reason that it's pretty interesting that these outflows have continued is because we did have the sense last year that maybe some of the protectionist policies coming out of the U.S. would actually be positive for the greenback. So we did see investors going into these hedged products. But like you said, you're missing out on a lot if you're going at these markets hedged and buying it through these ETFs. So we've seen this flip where flows are still going into Japanese stocks, but they are going in unhedged. And this ETF, it's actually Wisdom Tree's most popular. It was a big money maker for them. It's lost about a third of its assets so far this year, more than 2 billion outflows out of the Japanese hedged product.
I think, one of the simplest ways to see the benefits you get is in European stocks for a U.S. investor. As the European currency gets stronger against the dollar, it amplifies the gains that U.S. investors see. So is that why you see, U.S. hedge funds going into more European stock ETFs unhedged rather than putting on the hedge and damping, I guess, some of their profits?
Yeah, a big part of this, really is about the euro. Like you and Guy discussed at the beginning here, that there does seem to be some momentum waning for European stocks. But looking at what U.S. investors have done, they've actually, for the most part, retained their holdings of European stocks. But instead, what they've done is moved out of the hedged products and into the unhedged products. So holdings pretty steady, but just sort of a sign of the times and how popular these hedged products are. Deutsche Bank actually had a similar one to the Wisdom Tree product, and they actually changed their ETF from, this is at the end of last year, from being a hedged Europe ETF to an unhedged. They completely changed this ETF they had had for a while just because investor appetite was not there to have a product that would give you protection against the fluctuations in the euro.